back in 2015, there was 6 of us that traveled from Maine down to outside Boston for the Boston Pro Wrestling Marathon, a 3-day wrestling extravaganza that was built for months and promised to just be, again, a marathon of pro wrestling. It was a very interesting event. We get to the venue, the roof, I could practically touch the roof, and I'm only 5'10". Not the best of attendance the first day. The biggest Saturday night 50-50 raffle was won by somebody that worked for the promotion, quote fingers. Everyone likes to talk about how much of a joke it was, or travesty it was, or how carny it was, or terrible it was. Sunday was canceled. And no one told anyone Sunday was canceled. People showed up Sunday and the doors were closed with a sign on it saying they were canceled. But we had an awesome time. Just 6 of us together, traveling on the road, going to wrestling, seeing wrestling matches, meeting some of our favorite wrestlers, and making the best of the entire weekend.
Yeah, of course you had a great time. All the wrestlers showed up. There was so many fun matches, including me versus Chris Hero, and a live Art of Wrestling podcast that I did in which Mo from Men on a Mission maybe stole the show because he was just roaming around there all week. I remember I podcasted with Kevin Sullivan that weekend. I also podcasted with Headbanger Mosh that weekend too. But for the wrestlers, now maybe not necessarily the greatest thing. I eventually did get paid from that and also had a great time. But I don't know if I could speak for some of the other wrestlers. And then also what happens is some of the lower card wrestlers, that's where the lower card wrestlers kind of get screwed because they want to make sure that the upper echelon wrestlers get paid and then they don't really care about anybody else. I'm speaking about promoters. But I don't envy promoters at all. That's why I never wanted to be a promoter. I'll stick to promoting a podcast. It's so much to take on. It's just too much. Their heart was in the right place. They wanted to bring professional wrestling all weekend long to Boston, but it also takes fans, paying customers to come to the show. You were one of them. We're so grateful that you were, and thank you. This call is also a reminder that people go to those things. We hear stories and legends of shows. I remember there was a Cow Palace debacle in 2007. Of course, on my Patreon, there was a call about someone at the Vic Grimes New Jack match. And this caller here at the Boston Wrestling Marathon, able to tell the story, able to tell your experience. And for you, of course, you came, you took part, you enjoyed. But I'm going to guess for probably the ring announcer and the referees and the people that put up the ring, they probably didn't enjoy it as much. You like how I'll always take the side of the wrestler? Of course, I'm loyal to the wrestler. But I get where you're coming from, wrestling fan. Hey, thanks for watching. That call was part of a whole podcast called Wrestling Anonymous. Listen to the whole thing weekly. Wherever you listen to your podcast, go subscribe. And while you're at it, subscribe right here on YouTube to Colt Cabana's channel. Thank you.